So many people are waiting to see if I like the way this sex hit or if they body hit right. Like all that go out the window when you got a nasty person at home that don't like to clean up, or you got a nasty person at home that has a nasty attitude and cuss you out all the time. Like the sex don't matter. I don't even want to have sex. Like I don't care about your body. You listen. You only watch the doggone body. So now we got an issue.
Man, you are really encouraging me, motivating me, inspiring me. God is really using you.
What's going on, family? I want to welcome you to AOS The Podcast. I'm your host, Mr. AOS Inspires. This is what I need you to do. We're on every single platform: TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. I need you to go and subscribe and follow us right now. We drop content every single day that'll help you with your life, because our mission here at AOS The Podcast is to empower the world to never give up, one conversation at a time, one interview at a time, one video at a time, to help you live life at the next level. I want you to live life on the next level. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you that's watching this episode. This is going to be a dynamic episode. I need you to dive in. Do me a big favor. I need you to like, share, and comment. Don't be a stranger. Comment with us. And this is what I need you also to do. I need you to copy this link right here on this podcast, this episode, and share it with at least 10 of your friends. I promise you, it's going to help them out. Let's jump into the episode. What's going on, family? You guys are so amazing. I'm going to welcome you to another episode AOS The Podcast. What I need you to do, I'm going to start doing this periodically. This is what I need you to do. I need you to leave in the comments right now, I'm amazing. I'm amazing. It's crazy that I'm doing on this episode. It's great. You already see the thumbnail, you already see the title, and I'm naming this one When the Tables Turn. When the Tables Turn. That's really dope. But I need you to type in the comments, I'm amazing. The reason I want you to do that is because every time, I remember in 2000, what was this, 18, 19, right? 18, 19, 20, 22, right? Every time I used to go live, that used to be my phrase, I'm amazing. And I still say it today, I'm amazing. How you doing? I'm amazing, baby. But I need you to type in the comments right now, I'm amazing. The reason I want you to do that is because I want you to begin to state this mantra over your life, right? I need you to state this affirmation over your life every single day. And the reason I want you to do this, as I used to say before, is that when you look in the mirror and say, I'm amazing, you begin to believe that thing, you will begin to operate in the space, I'm amazing, right? Because when you begin to believe it, you begin to operate like it. Whatever you believe, that's how you operate. I want you to know that you are amazing. I don't care what you have done. I don't care where you have been. I don't care the trouble that you have made, the trouble that you have got into. I want to let you know that you are amazing. And when you think as such, you will operate as such as well. So I need y'all to type in the comments, stop delaying. Even if you're watching this 10 years from now, type in the comments, I'm amazing. I'm amazing, because you are so amazing. So let's go ahead and get into this episode, When the Tables Turn, right? That's something that a lot of relationships can be like, yo, I can attest to when the tables turn, right? And before I talk about when the tables turn, and as we dive deep into that thing, what I really want to highlight is the reason a lot of people are caught off guard. And some people, let me clear this up before I get into that. Some people are not caught off guard because they really thought they had somebody solid in their life. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking to the people that really don't vet out the people that they get into a relationship with. You really don't vet them out too good. You really don't really do some digging and do some researching and find out who are they, right? Many of you get into relationships, you don't vet the people out. You just, hey, listen, that's bae. What's going on, family? I know that you're enjoying the episode, but I had to pause to ask you a quick question. Have you ever been through anything in life that was so life-altering that it changed your life forever? Have you ever been and had a job and you lost that job? Your dream job. You lost that job for whatever reason. Maybe you're an entrepreneur. You started a business and the business started off great, and then it seemed as if it was going downhill. And now you're at a place, you lost your marriage, you lost your children, you lost some major things in your life. And now you're at a place in life where you're like, hey, this is the end of the road. I don't see it getting better. I got news for you. It will get better. And I wrote a book just for you. It's entitled Winning After a Major Loss. You need to go and get your copy. Go to barnesandnoble.com, go to amazon.com, get your copy right now, Winning after a major loss. I promise you, it's going to change the trajectory of your life. It's going to change your mindset. Most importantly, it's going to change your heart about your situation, because I promise you, you can win after a major loss. Go get your copy now. Barnes & Nobles, Amazon.com. Order your copy now. Let's get back to the episode. They ain't put no time in, so you just giving titles out right now, right? Oh, that's bad. Y'all been together for 2 days. Vet people out. And this is a great topic. Why? Because when tables turn, the question I want to ask you is, will they do the same thing that you did for them? Will they do it for you in return? That's something to really think about. Now, let's get this vetting process out. Many of you, right? Number one, if you've been following our podcast for a while, you know that I always bring this up. When you haven't healed from a past trauma, past issue, past relationship, you will always move quicker in a relationship. Now, I'm not saying that if you meet somebody and they're ready to move fast in a relationship, that it's a red flag. Nah, that's not what I'm saying, because I know people that have met, and in 6 months, they met and got married all at the same time. And it's working. They've been together for like 10 years, right? You know, they've been together for a long time, right? So that's not what I'm saying. However, what I am saying is that's a reason to raise an eyebrow. Because sometimes people who haven't healed are ready to jump into a relationship fast. Like for real, a big percentage of people, not all of them, but a big percentage of people that have not healed from a past relationship. You need to spend time with this person. Now, the people that I know that had got married in 6 months, they were together every single day. That whole 6 month span, they were together and seen each other and talked to each other every single day. So that's a higher chance of the relationship working out. However, if you're in a new relationship and the person that you're in a relationship with, they met you last night, this morning, wake up, hey, would you be my boyfriend? Would you be my girlfriend? Hold on. I need you to pump your brakes a little bit. I need you to slow down just a little bit. I don't know you like that, fam. Like, you need to learn how to vet people out. Get to know them. This is what I tell every couple, you need to know people in every single, or as many circumstances, or many situations, or as many, what's the word I'm looking for? As many different personalities as possible, or whatever. I don't know the word I'm talking about, but you need to see them mad. Categories. You need to see them mad. You need to see them sad. You need to see them happy. You need to see them overjoyed. You need to see them in every single facet of a category that you can think about. You need to see them, how they respond, how they act. Can you deal with it? What's going on, family? I know that you're enjoying the episode, but I had to pause to ask you a quick question. Have you ever been through anything in life that was so life-altering that it changed your life forever? I mean, have you ever been and had a job and you lost that job? I mean, your dream job. You lost that job for whatever reason. Maybe you're an entrepreneur. You started a business and the business started off great, and then it seemed as if it was going downhill. And now you're at a place, you lost your marriage, you lost your children, you lost some major things in your life. And now you're at a place in life where you're like, hey, this is the end of the road. I don't see it getting better. I got news for you. It will get better. And I wrote a book just for you. It's entitled Winning After a Major Loss. You need to go and get your copy. Go to barnesandnoble.com, go to amazon.com, get your copy right now. Winning After a Major Loss. I promise you, it's going to change the trajectory of your life. It's going to change your mindset. Most importantly, it's going to change your heart about your situation, because I promise you, you can win after a major loss. Go get your copy now. Barnes & Nobles, Amazon.com. Order your copy now. Let's get back to the episode. People are waiting to see if I like the way this sex hit, or if they body hit right. Like, all that go out the window when you got a nasty person at home that don't like to clean up, or you got a nasty person at home that has a nasty attitude and cuss you out all the time. Like, the sex don't matter. I don't even want to have sex. Like, I don't care about your body. You listen, you only wash the doggone body. So now we got an issue. We got problems, right? So that's what I'm saying. A lot of people put emphasis in areas that really don't matter, that are trivial. But the areas that really do matter, they brush through that. They breeze through that. And I want to take a step further. You need to ask people, how did you break up? And big red flag for me is whenever people say, oh, it's their fault. No, it wasn't their fault. It was a collective joint effort. Both of y'all played a part in why we broke up. So whenever the people say, oh, it's their fault, I was, they still trying to get back with me today. Yeah, because there were some aspects of you that was amazing, that was great. So of course they want to get back with you. Maybe they didn't want to let you go, but there was something, no relationship. I don't care who it is. There has been no relationship in history that would say that it's a lopsided event. It's not going to be like that. It's always going to be a collective joint effort of why we split up, why we're not together, what made this thing break up. It's a joint effort. So, it's a major red flag. Ask questions. Why did y'all break up? How do you feel about the breakup? Have you healed from the breakup? Many of you are asking shallow questions. I need you to dig deep, especially if this is your third date, fourth date, fifth date, and you're really feeling this person. I need you to start asking questions, right? Then transition on when you get into a relationship. I need you to really ask questions like, if my parents get sick, how do you feel about that? Listen, many of you don't plan for stuff like that, and it's going to happen. Many of you do not plan for stuff like that. And the truth of the matter is, it's going to happen. It has to happen. Parents are going to get sick. Parents are going to need somebody to take care of them. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be the first to say, I am not that guy that's going to see my mom or my dad in a nursing home. I'm going to do what I got to do. Like, we got to make something happen. We got to make something shake and bake. But they come into the house, even if we have to build a new house or get a new house that will accommodate them so that everybody can be comfortable. We can be comfortable. They can be comfortable, and we won't be collided. You see what I'm saying? Like, we got to figure this thing out, and we're going to figure this thing out. I mean, I'm not saying that everybody that puts their parents into a nursing home are bad children. I'm not saying that. Maybe financially they can't afford it. But as for me, we're going to figure this thing out, period. I love big families anyway, but we're going to figure this thing out, right? Let me tell my mom and dad, listen, just like y'all had rules when I was in the house, I got some rules when you come to my house. Don't be slamming my door. You're not going to come in anytime of night. No, but for real talk, like, we're going to figure this thing out. That's point blank, period. We got, family. It's we all we got. So you need to really have that conversation. Because when that table turns, and I just want to tell you, tables, I don't care if you got a square table, whatever, a triangle table, it doesn't matter. Circle tables are not the only tables that turn. All tables turn. All tables turn. Because this is what I've discovered, especially being in a relationship. People will tell you what they would do until it's time for them to do what they said they would do. And the thing that they said they would do, they don't do. People are like that. And it's crazy. It is not about ethnicities. Sometimes it is about ethnicities, but most parts it's not about ethnicity. The reason I say that is because I met this Indian couple, Indian family, should I say. And he was telling me, and I want to have an Indian man and a woman, either way. I want to have an Indian person on my podcast because I think that that's something to be celebrated. The model on how they do family, right? So what he was telling me is their model is the daughter, when she graduates college and all that good stuff and she gets married, or if it's arranged marriage, she goes with her husband and his family, while the son stays home and gets guidance from the dad, gets, wisdom from the dad on how to operate the family, how to operate finances, how to, just be a man. And I asked him a question. I said, because I know in the Black community, it's kind of hard, two men living under one roof. And what he said was, for us, it's not hard because we give our sons space to be them. We don't try to control them. We don't try to dictate to them. We let them be them, right? However, I asked him another question, but I said, but how does that work? How does it work where you guys can both coincide together and you guys can live in harmony, and he doesn't feel like I'm being treated like a child, right? He's a grown man. This is what he said, and it really changed my perspective about everything. It hit home. This is what he said. He said the reason we're able to do this is because we've seen this model all our lives. Mine got blown. He said, yo, we seen this model all our life. So since we seen this model all our life, we already know what to expect. We already know what to do. We already know how to move. We already know, the respect factor. We already know, we know these things. So we know how to move. And I was like, wow, that really hit home for me. Because a lot of people haven't seen that model. So it's like, I'm a freestyle this thing. I know in the African American community, you don't see. Now, I'm not saying everybody. I'm gonna bring something up to that. I thought that was really dope. In the African American community, you don't see too many people, children staying home, right, and staying with mom and dad until they get grown, and even the man in the Indian community, they stay home, they get married, and they bring the wife to the house with the mom and dad, and they take care of mom and dad as they get older, right? You don't see that in the black community too much. Now, what I did see in the black community, a guy was on a podcast, and I love this. I can't think of the third one, but I remember two of them. This is what he said. I'm a freestyle the third one because I think the third one I'm going to adopt for myself. One of the things he said was, in order for my child to leave my house, right? Because he said, I don't believe in kicking my kids out. And I don't either. I don't believe in just, you turn 18, get out. Now, what do you know at 18? What's going on, family? I know that you're enjoying the episode, but I had to pause to ask you a quick question. Have you ever been through anything in life that was so life-altering that it changed your life forever? I mean, have you ever been and had a job and you lost that job? I mean, your dream job. You lost that job for whatever reason. Maybe you're an entrepreneur. You started a business and the business started off great and then it seemed as if it was going downhill. And now you're at a place, you lost your marriage, you lost your children, you lost some major things in your life. And now you're at a place in life where you're like, hey, this is the end of the road. I don't see it getting better. I got news for you. It will get better. And I wrote a book just for you. It's entitled Winning After a Major Loss. You need to go and get your copy. Go to barnesandnoble.com, go to amazon.com, get your copy right now. Winning After a Major Loss. I promise you, it's going to change the trajectory of your life. It's going to change your mindset. Most importantly, it's going to change your heart about your situation, because I promise you, you can win after a major loss. Go get your copy now. Barnes and Nobles, amazon.com. Order your copy now. Let's get back to the episode. Now you're leaving them to a situation where now they make poor decisions, right? Now, I mean, you can't make it so uncomfortable at the house that they don't want to stay, right? I'm not saying let them do what they want to do. There's still rules and still, respect factor, but you still got to respect the fact that they're an adult. And when you respect the fact that they're an adult, they can leave at any time. So you got to respect that. But he said that there's three standards that you have to meet before you can leave the house. One of the standards, you have to have a credit score of 750 or above. His second standard, he said you have to, okay, I know the three. He said the first one, you have a credit score of 750 or above. The second standard is you have to have a career. You have to have a career that can take care of you. You have to have a career, whether it's an entrepreneur, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you work for a company, you have to be stable in your career. The third one is, he said, that your career that you chose or the path that you chose to make money, it has to be able to buy you a house. And you have to buy your house before you move out. You're not moving out to an apartment. You're moving out to the house that you purchased. I found that really commendable. Now, with the house purchase thing, I tell people it all depends on how you look at it. We're still on it. When the tables turn, some people look at it from a standpoint that if I don't own a house, I'm not financially stable, or you don't know nothing about money. But what a lot of people overlook, that when you buy a house, you bought a house. So everything that goes wrong in that house, it's on you, right? Even when you're renting a house, it depends on the terms. Some stuff is on you. But when you're renting an apartment, no, water break. Hey, listen, look, the toilet stool messing up. I need y'all to come down here and fix that maintenance. I appreciate it. So those are the difference, and I'm going to talk about that in another episode. I think that's a dope conversation that we need to have. But you need to sit down and have these conversations with the person that you're in relationship with, that you're saying, listen, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. But there's some conversation that we need to have. There are some things that we need to talk about, because when the tables turn, I need to know, will you do the same thing for me that I'll do for you? Like, how do you feel about our parents staying with us? And if one person is like, yo, I want my parents to stay with me if they get sick and they get to the place where they can't stay on their own, and the other one's like, no, I don't want my parents to stay with me. I don't want your parents to stay with me. That's a deal breaker for me. That is a major deal breaker for me. Like, I need to know. Now, this is the thing. And a lot of relationships go wrong because they don't talk about this in the beginning. You talk about it you talk about issues or things like this later down the road when y'all are already deep into a relationship. And the way that you address it is you'll bring it up. A disagreement goes, no, I don't want our parents to stay with us. They just got to go in a nursing home. You don't believe in nursing home. So what you would do is you guys will stop talking about it. And one would say, my parents come stay with me. The other person, they better not come. They're not coming here. And now you have a division in your marriage. Why? Because we did not talk about this in the beginning. Now, had we cleared this up in the beginning, way before our feelings got too deep, we would know which way we're going. But since we didn't talk about this in the beginning, we don't know which way we're going. Like, we're like, yo, hey, look, I don't like it. You don't like it. So it is what it is. No, it's not is what it is. We're going to talk about this from the beginning. I need to know your heart and I need you to know my heart, because this is the biggest thing. Things could go on in the marriage the second year. And had y'all not talked about it, now this put a division in your marriage. Now y'all going to divorce court. 2 years. 2 years. Like your mom and dad, it depends on how old you are, but it doesn't matter. Your parents can get sick at any moment. They can be 40 years old and get sick, right? And can't work. I'm hoping that they have some things set up where they can, but hey, it is what it is. So the biggest part that I want you to do is communicate these things. Because when the tables turn, I've seen so many people, you would be surprised how many people have come to me and asking for advice that would say, man, when they were broke, I did this. When their family was in need, I did this. Now the tables have turned. Now they can't do the same for me. Because many people, I'm going to tell you this is what I learned about people. People will say, I would do this, I would do that, and they won't do it. They will not do it. They say I ain't gonna say most. I'm gonna say a lot of people will say they would do something, but really they won't do it. But the reason they're saying they would do it is because they're not presented with this issue right now. So many people say they would do it, but the truth of the matter is they won't do it. But I just want to tell y'all that. Have that conversation up front. And when you have that conversation up front, there will be no misunderstanding. For real. I love you guys to life. Let go, family. I want to say thank you for rocking with us during this episode. We have been so excited to drop this episode. I'm glad that you made it to the end. This is what I want you to do. If you have any takeaways from this episode, leave it in the comments. We want to hear your thoughts. We want to hear how you feel. I want to bring content to you that's relevant to you, that'll help you change your life, because you already know our mission here at AOS Inspires, AOS The Podcast, is to empower the world to never give up, one conversation at a time, one interview at a time, one video at a time, to help you live life at the next level. This is what I need you to do. I need you to like, subscribe, share this episode. If it spoke to your life, share this episode with somebody. Why? Because you are connected to some people that we're not connected with. And with that connection together, we can empower the world to never give up. I'm Mr. AOS Inspires. This is AOS The Podcast. I can't wait to see you next week. Just in case you didn't know, we drop every single week, 3 times a week. Mondays, 8 a.m., Wednesdays, 8 a.m., and Fridays, 8 a.m. You need to catch an episode. Matter of fact, catch all 3 episodes. It's going to be fire. I promise you it's going to help you during your everyday life. It's going to help you get to the next level. Let's go.